For anyone who doesn't remember or isn't aware, Lav and Mr.Girl were two orbiters of streamer Destiny. They were his friends individually before the two became friends themselves. One thing the two bonded over was how toxic they believed Destiny's fanbase was, with both complaining that they were frequently hated on, arguing that Destiny didn't do enough to stop it. Because of this, the two began to villainize Destiny himself for the behavior of his fans and conspired against him to make an exposé document that they planned to spread to the masses. However, this plan didn't work and backfired on them both.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Well, I'm sorry. Don't be sad for me.
Because I actually trust you.
You should. I'm a pretty trustworthy person. I have a long history of I don't f people over unless they attack me publicly. I'm like a pretty helpful person.
Yeah, but it's
like,
pretty.
Yeah.
It's one way though, right?
I mean,
like I trust you in the definition of even if you had a lot to gain by taking me over, I don't think you would.
yeah, I don't think I would. I think I'm a pretty trustworthy person.
You know what the problem with your calculation is?
What's the problem?
You only you're assuming everyone is a sociopath, because
No, I wish they were.
Let me explain. Because when you weigh what I have to gain versus what I have to lose, you place nothing on the emotional pain it would cause me to hurt you. You place nothing on me caring about your well-being. You place nothing on morality. That is not factored into your calculation. It is subscribers, money, social standing, things like that. That is the only thing that factors in. So you in your evaluation of who to trust, you assume everyone is a psychopath.
I think that morality is nothing. Nobody thinks about morality. They might have like an intuitive feeling of what might make them feel good or bad, but nobody's thinking of like morality when they're thinking about somebody over.
I think I do.
After Mr.Girl, aka Max, tried to convince Destiny to trust him, he ended up turning on him just like Destiny had predicted.
But after a few months ago, I had a tumultuous interpersonal thing that happened. And I was like, okay, well, here's like a lesson I think that I've learned for myself. I'm going to reach out and talk to more people offline to try to have more like human friendly-ish type relationships. Because that's what human beings do. Maybe it'd be good for me. And one of those people was our good friend Max. And another one of those people, before she became a streamer, was Lav. Spoke with her like a few months ago. She wasn't really into the whole streaming thing. So I didn't really think much of it. It's like, oh, random person I've spoken to before, whatever. And yeah, yikes. Where do we even begin? What happened? Am I crazy to think that Lav has hope? So here's the issue. I don't have perfect transparency. Okay. I don't normally make... So here's something that I've learned in my life, okay? One of the reasons why I think I am quite intelligent and quite good at dealing with people generally, because I'm usually pretty humble about the extent of my knowledge on a person. So like, I might say or think that I have a person like 90% figured out, but I'll really only act on like 50% because like truly you don't know. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I've mind read you completely. I figured you out 100%, blah, blah, blah. Usually I get an inkling, I'll ask more questions, interact with somebody more. If somebody would ever ask me, and I've said this a lot on stream before, if somebody asks me, how do you know if you truly know a person? How long do you need? Like I can do it in 10 minutes and some people can do it in hours. Usually what I say is, well, if I've gone through like a really big situation with somebody and they could have fucked me over or not, then I'll know like what that person's like. That's generally like my approach. I usually wait to see till big situations happen, and then I kind of get like a handle on what people truly are like. So that being said, generally when I'm like reading people on stream, I'm usually pretty reserved in what I'm saying. I usually don't give like all of my thoughts on those people. Just because I don't know 100% and because just whatever. But I'm going to be a little bit more candid with my impressions now. I don't actually think that Lav or Anna or Shaylin are that much in the wrong. I think that Max is actually like a full-on narcissistic manipulator who's abusive to every single person in his orbit. Probably worse than any other person I've ever seen in my entire life.
And while Destiny gave Lav the benefit of the doubt and put the majority of the blame on Mr. Girl, she ended up being just as guilty.
I have publicly said that I diverge from Mr. Girl's feelings about everything. I've publicly said this I don't know how many times now. I really don't even have anything against you besides the fact that I just don't want to be...
Cool. So Mr. Girl's article is going to come out and it's going to say I was incredibly abusive and coercive towards Lav because this is like one of his 2 star witnesses. And then somehow she's going to get behind it and try to like square it away with what she's saying now. But at least it's public here now. So whatever, I'm good on that.
Wait, Steven, there's no like, I'm not making a public statement. There's nothing I've said, or there was be no accusations of me in the thing. It is literally, I just gave Max our logs, and he had access to all of the live streams. That is literally it. There is no like, I'm not painting a narrative. I am
You called me Harvey Weinstein. You say I'm sexually abusive and coercive to women. You say that I've all these fucking people. You're leaking details about everybody. How are you saying you're not painting a narrative?
And while Lav initially denied the objective to take Destiny down, she later openly admitted how horrible she thought he was.
Here's another thing. Hold on. Here's another thing. If I was telling people to hate you, I would just say it. Every fucking thing I say and talk to somebody gets leaked anyway. Why the fuck would I try to hide? Why do you think I would lie about this? Like, if I was like, oh, you should hate this person.
Lie about what?
About whether or not I'm trying to make somebody hate you or not. That's what you do.
Steven.
How? I fucking pre-moved everything and... Oh, God. Point 1. Yourself. All right. I don't know why they don't let you do that. Oh, you have to go back to tab.
Steven.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow up your ego because fuck women, but you have freakishly perfect skin and an amazing body. You should always just post immediately after Lav until she kills herself.
Yes.
So this is a joke, right? You don't actually want me to kill myself.
No, not really. That's hyperbolic.
Do you think when you pin someone against each other, you can do it even in jest?
You guys were already fighting with each other.
Nope, I'm telling you. And there are logs now to prove, no, we were not.
There are no logs to prove anything.
Yes, there are.
Here are.
Lav has tried a few times to get back in Destiny's good graces and he seemed to accept her. But she seems to turn on him every time it appears like he's not giving her enough attention. She even went as far as to turn against Max at some point, in favor of returning to Destiny, or at the very least trying to create distance between her and what Max did. But now that her and Destiny have fallen out again, she's right back to being friends with Max. She's even gone so far as to make a podcast with him.
Okay, hi.
Hey.
Viewer. Hi,
Hey.
Max, and hello, viewer. Welcome to Bring Your Daughter to Work, the podcast. I'm
Hi, everyone.
I'm Leah, and this is my lesbian mother.
Yep.
Maxine.
Yep.
And you might know us from our greatest hits, which were Destiny Raped Me and I Am a Pedophile.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I saw the Bridges podcast, and it was so bad that I thought, you know who could make another really bad podcast?
Us. Our people have very strong feelings about our relationship, and I think always have.
Yeah.
And whatever happens in our relationship seems to really rollick the streamosphere.
Yeah, rollick is the word that I would use.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that us.
Please put your phone away.
I just silencing it because
Okay.
we're on a podcast.
Yeah, that should have been done before.
I'm a little distracted. Yeah, I think that us starting a podcast will also cause similar waves. I'm anticipating
And we
some
love
Reddit
that.
posts. Yeah.
You
yeah,
love
you
that.
want to
I
make
love that.
you want to make 90 comments about this? That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where should we start? I mean, obviously we have to talk about everything that happened. Obviously. I also have some other things to talk about though, like just topics.
Okay.
We could do whatever. I think people probably watching or tuning in for. What should we do? Should we talk about Destiny later so that they have to watch through everything, or should we talk about Destiny first?
No, let's just do it now. Let's
Okay.
get it out of the way.
Yeah. So.
Guess we can expect to see another Destiny expose coming soon.